So I've had a few people ask about this fuel tank checks, and me and Melissa have been doing this all week, and it's been great so far. Some kids are still nervous about sharing about how they feel, but for the most part, it is anonymous, and it does give them a nice, fair chance to share and just kind of talk about themselves for a second. Here's the slideshow, so I'll share that with you. And then, or if you already have it, you need to make sure, though, that you have on your add-ons, you have Pear Deck and Open Pear Deck. And I already have it on the side here. If you don't have that, it's easy. Just get add-ons and then look for Pear Deck, because without it, it won't work. So you're going to start your lesson, and you can do either one. I prefer instructor pace if you're talking with them, but you can do another one. And it'll load your presentation. It'll give you a link, a code like here, and you can also always copy the link there and send it to your students. So I left open from one from our classes. So we have our fuel tank check here. Why is this not working? Okay. So the question was before was, how does this make you feel? And so our simple responses are this. The class we had obviously didn't understand the concept because they haven't seen it. There was a few people that made mistakes, and that's okay. And then we moved on from there. The next question is, how does this make you feel? And you can also ask yourself this same exact question. And then after you see the responses, we see that there is no question here that has their name with it. Sometimes it pops up. I haven't figured that part out yet, but whatever. And you see how they feel kind of with that. So then you kind of gauge it how you would like to. I talk about how a gauge can look differently, and then how it shows our emotions. And then also, finally, I gave them an option where they can place their marker where they feel. Once again, no names, and we can't see it. So you can hide your responses. So that's how you start it off. And then you can show your responses to see where your class is. And you explain green is the really good, red is very bad, and all that. After that, I had the students either have three options. They could say verbally what they would like to over the Zoom. They could send a public message and how they feel. And then also we can have a private message. And if it's a private message, I still read it aloud, but I just do not say who the student is or like who it is exactly. I just say, somebody said they're in yellow because. So an example of how we would look for this is saying something like, I feel that I'm over here because I'm looking that my fuel tank is at about, an 80 to a 90%, because I woke up really well. I slept really good last night. And then I also am feeling good about this class. Everything's going well. A student said they're feeling red because they're super anxious. That's why their camera was off. They're new to the school and they don't know everyone, and they don't like the Zoom sessions, and they felt really bad, and the school makes them feel really awful. A lot of times you're going to get in between these two, sometimes every year. But that is your fuel check. If you want to, you can be creative and talk about how your sports or something else in like your ranking system. Like, it's kind of cool to say like, hey, I'm feeling lacrosse versus baseball, but that's you if you want to do that. Some people have done like Harry Potter. You can ask Becca. Becca did this with me also. She's done a few things and like different things how you want to. Just understand your kids. I did this with one class. They didn't understand it very well. And now you can use that.